called of burglars targeting wealthy neighborhoods, but now some of these crews are expanding to violent, even deadly crimes.
Flocking crews, they Bloods and Crips.
Investigation of flocking crews. Nobody home.
Police say this rap music video does more than glorify crime. It's an inside look at a flocking crew, the gang name for their burglary ring. One gang insider says the video is right on the money.
We basically telling you what's going on. We snatching, we knocking on doors.
Police are using the video
because we too lazy to get jobs.
I can't think of anything more horribly frightening.
Alex, who asked us not to use her last
than a
name,
black person coming into my home.
She alerts neighbors on her blog.
Oh my gosh.
311.
For 2 months, I was in shock. The thing that shocked.
Venice 311. Well, if it's in Venice, we already know who it is. Venice Shoreline Crip. The C's. We already know. Venice Shoreline Crip has been holding it down in Venice since the 80s. So we already know what's up. We already know who it is. So, lady, you don't really have to like do a police scanner. Like, she has everything. Look at she had the whole setup, the computer. Like, dang.
The most was home burglaries.
Flockers target jewelry and high-priced electronics.
The new MacBook Pro, the new one. You can get that. That's like getting the whole brick of gold.
Insiders say flockers make so much cash. Some crews are expanding to street crime. Crimes that can affect anybody and easily turn violent. Case in point, the neighborhood's right here near the University of Southern California.
Note, USC is in South Central. When they built USC, many homes weren't there yet. Now, when they started building homes, nothing but white people lived there. Well, in the 50s, it was called the Great White Flight. And a lot of the white people were leaving to Orange County, parts of San Gabriel Valley, up in the hills. They were literally running to the hills. And a lot of the blacks were coming from the south. Because originally, California really didn't have blacks. We didn't really have blacks at all, and we had very few in the communities that we did have original blacks. Riverside, Duarte, Dua Crip, East Riverside to be exact, and then little section in East LA, little section had blacks, and then that was pretty much the black community. Then in the 50s, then all the blacks started coming from the south. That's where the blacks came from. The white people left. The white people actually just dropped some more little history. They used to have gangs. What? White people had gangs? Yes, they had gangs. They called spook hunters. They used to go around the city, and if they found a black person, they would jump them, beat them up, do whatever. So the blacks in these communities started forming neighborhood watch groups, quote unquote. And then to protect themselves from the spook hunters, which were the white people trying to kill blacks. Not kill blacks. That was out here in the Inland Empire, the Fontana KKK. They were the ones killing the blacks. Track Gangsta Crip, where the tracks are. That's where originally the blacks were at. But that's a whole nother thing. If you want the history of gangs and KKK and all that, then you can message me. But that's that. So USC was originally they just said, well, we want to be the rival to UCLA, so we're going to build on one side of town. They're going to be in the north side of town, and UCLA is surrounded by Brentwood, Bel Air, Beverly Hills, and USC is right there in the ghetto. And then you have these students that go to USC from another country or another state, and they don't know nothing about South Central, and they get there, and well, sadly, stuff like this happens.
Police say they shot Jeremy Hendricks near USC after he robbed 4 USC students at gunpoint. Hendricks, an alleged gang member, denies all the charges.
If you want this expensive car, we know you have something good.
Insiders tell Fox 11 that gangs target the USC area for a crime they call street flocking, mostly street robberies.
You go to an expensive school, first they're going to have valuable products. That's why they're going to say we're going to flock at USC.
Neighborhoods near USC are largely controlled by a crib gang known as the Rolling 30s. Police say they ran some of the earliest flocking crews. Some 30s now in prison doing time for their crimes.
We think we can accurately attribute thousands of burglaries to these crews here, thousands.
Now insiders say the Rolling 30s are working with rival gangs.
So they're all out for money. So they said the gang make it aside and set the money in the front.
That may help explain the concentration of burglaries, assaults, and robberies near USC on this crime-tracking website. More than 50 in the last month. One of the groups allegedly flocking near USC, some members of a crew called No Respect.
The No Respect, they're big at flocking. They're big at you want to get what they need it, you want to take it.
Brian Barnes and Javier Bolden were well-known players in No Respect. Police say they were robbing 2 USC graduate students when a flocking crime went bad.
I heard they was at the car, they didn't want to give it up.
They allegedly shot the students, Ming Qiu and Ying Wu. Barnes and Bolden have pleaded not guilty to the murders and are awaiting trial. USC officials increased security around the campus after the murders, but they tell us that overall crime has not gone up this year. LAPD says they are making progress on the flocking crews.
You actually have a pretty good handle on it right now. We know who a lot of the players are.
Yeah, that's why people are getting shot and killed. You have a pretty good handle on it. Let me just tell you something. If they got rid of the gangs, they'd have to get rid of the cops. They got rid of the drugs, they have to get rid of the DEA. They got rid of the guns, they have to get rid of the ATF. So, yeah, they ain't trying to do nothing. They just do a little bit and they keep it going. That's a known fact.
It's a huge industry.
Alex says flocking seems too big to disappear anytime soon.
You know, obviously they're producing a rap video. Ding dong, nobody home. Guess what? Ding dong, nobody's home. I'm going to come in and
that video is whack.
And I'm going to take whatever it is I can walk away with.
Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Police say flocking crews have spread beyond Los Angeles. They say gangs across Southern California are organizing crews.